Hi everybody, and welcome back to Talk Tuesday, which didn't happen last week because I was away, and I'm afraid that I've come back with almost the obligatory cold, so I don't sound great today. So I'm probably going to make this a short one, but I didn't want to have to cancel 2 weeks running, so I'm going ahead with it anyway. So thank you for watching whenever you are. So I'm talking today about getting out of your comfort zone, which for some reason is a topic that came to me even before I was away on holiday, and it's stuck in my mind the whole time. So I thought I definitely should be talking about it. And what I mean by it, well, it's obvious what I mean by it, getting out of your comfort zone. The reason for it, though, is because it's when we're outside our comfort zone that our growth happens and our development as a person. And that is something that's really important. Because if we just stay in our comfort zone, we're kind of travelling that established straight ahead path all our life, then the rest of life is sort of going on around us and other people are doing all sorts of wonderful things and we could be doing amazing things, but we're sticking in that very, very narrow comfort zone, which really limits our horizons. And that's why it's important to encourage ourselves to get out of our comfort zone when we can. Well, it's not just when we can, because we can whenever. We can choose to get out of our comfort zone. It's more an encouragement to do it more often, to start to take those slight risks. And again, this will all depend on the kind of person you are, because some people are really risk averse, whereas other people are happy to take risks all of the time. But I'm talking really to those of you who, like I have been, tend to be risk averse. Although I am much less risk averse now. I was doing double negatives and all sorts there. So I try and challenge myself now to do things that take me outside of my comfort zone, because I know from having done it that it does help me to grow. Very trivial example. Outside of my comfort zone today, I was looking for a lipstick, couldn't find the one that I wanted to wear because it's probably still somewhere in my packing, because we only got back in the early hours of this morning. And the nearest one I could find was this red one, which I bought on a whim because it was on offer. Doesn't really suit me, don't really like it. And when I started putting it on, I thought, oh, don't want to be seen on camera wearing that. But actually, I thought, no, that is a lesson for today. It fits with the challenge of getting out of our comfort zone. So this is me being a little bit out of my comfort zone. And I know it's a trivial example, but it helps to prove the point of what getting out of your comfort zone can be. Because you can start with tiny things like this. So some examples of staying in your comfort zone in life are maybe always going to the same place on holiday. Now this one came to me because, having just come back from Tunisia, it's a place that it never occurred to me to go to, but we went to the travel agents and said, you know, where can we go that's this warm at this time of year? And the lovely Joshua said to us, well, had you thought of Tunisia? And we kind of looked at each other and thought, no, we'd never thought of Tunisia. But you thought, well, why not go with it? And we've just come back from the most amazing place. Beautiful, beautiful hotel in a stunning location. So that was going out of certainly my normal comfort zone in terms of holiday. So that's one area. Another area where you might stick with your comfort zone is always sticking with the same group of people or types of group of people, you know, because we attract our tribe, and we should spend time with our tribe as much as we can, but it's also good to spend time with people who have different points of view, people that we might otherwise not have spent any time with. And I don't mean having to spend loads of time, but that's how you expand your horizons. You know, if you suddenly go out for, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but if you get invited to go out and spend some time with a different social set, maybe you get invited to a party and you're not inclined to go because it's not really your thing. But if you push yourself outside your comfort zone and go along to that party or event or whatever it is, and talk to a couple of people who aren't from your normal social circle, you may not want to continue seeing those people, but it does just give you that different outlook on life if you hear what their outlook is. And it's a bit the same when you do any kind of formal business networking. It can be a right pain to have to go and talk to a bunch of strangers, especially if, like me, you're an introvert. But actually, when you do that, you meet some amazing people through it, and it does really expand your horizons. So that is another way of getting out of your comfort zone. And another one I've talked about many times is me actually talking on video like this now. Those of you who've known me for a long time will know that I agonised for years really about whether to start doing videos, and I can't remember how many years it is now since I've done it, but I was certainly doing them before we moved to Devon, so that's definitely over 4 years now. And it doesn't bother me at all doing them now, just pressing the button and talking to you guys. But it was really, really out of my comfort zone when I started doing it. I don't know why I was so worried about it, but I was. And then I agonised again about whether to start the YouTube channel. But again, not a problem. And again, as you know, if you followed me, you'll know that at the moment I simply upload these videos from the Facebook page onto the YouTube channel. Although I may do that differently in future. And another expansion for me, the next thing in terms of videos, is that I'm going to create an online video course for my potential mentee clients, who want to get out of law. I'm going to put all of that course on a series of videos on an online course, and doing the videos is not out of my comfort zone, but actually creating the course and the mechanics and the logistics of how I actually get it out there, that is out of my comfort zone because I'm really not techie. So that's quite a scary one for me, but I know it will be good for me. And more importantly, it's going to be good for those potential clients because it will give them access to material that they might not be able to get to otherwise. So that is another one for me. So for you, something that somebody else said to me recently, which is that she often looks at other people and thinks, when somebody's done something amazing, and thinks, oh wow, that was a brilliant idea. I'm just talking about something like going on an excursion to a particular place, like a day trip or something. I should really go there. I've always really wanted to go. And she made the point to me that she's always saying that and realises that actually the people who do these things are people who just decide to do it. They don't spend time sitting and thinking, oh yeah, I should do that one day, and then it just gets consigned to the mental list that never actually gets done. The people who do these things are the doers rather than the thinkers. So that's another one. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, really important one, which comes up a lot when I am dealing with my lawyer mentees, which is sticking with the same job that you have always been in, even though you probably don't like it very much and it's not really your dream. And you don't have to be a lawyer, it can be any kind of a job. So there's all sorts of, we all drift into jobs, well not all, but some of us drift into jobs after school, after uni. We go into a certain role and it can be very easy just to stay in that comfort zone. Although I have often described it as a discomfort zone if you don't like it, but it's staying on that path, even though you might long to open a dress shop or become a chef, become a dancer, whatever it is, you've got that dream, you want to be a writer, write novels, but you never actually let yourself do that because it's out of your comfort zone, and instead you come up with all sorts of reasons and excuses to yourself for why you can't do that, or it's not appropriate for you to do that. But you could just try it, just step out of your comfort zone and give it a go, and that's when magic happens. So I'm conscious I'm waffling, which is probably because I'm drugged up to the eyeballs with Lemsips and goodness knows what else to try and crack this cold and get rid of it. But the serious point is that it is really well worthwhile helping yourself to get out of your comfort zone, and do it, as I often say, in terms of baby steps. So the trivial example that I used at the beginning was the red lipstick. Another one could be just trying a different type of food. You know, if you're the sort of person who likes traditional meat and two veg type food, you may not be, because it's not that common anymore, but my ex-father-in-law was that, and he would never try anything like a curry, because it was like, oh gosh, no, couldn't possibly do that. That's, you know, I'd hate that. He would never know, because he'd never actually tried it. And there are, you know, I do come across other people like that. So sometimes if you just take those small steps, you know, and if you try something that's out of your comfort zone and you don't like it, well, fine, but at least you've tried it, you know, you've had that experience, instead of blocking yourself off to all of the experiences that are out there. It's like people who, they don't like to get up and dance on a dance floor at a party without having loads of booze first. Well, why not just, you know, get up and dance when the music starts at a wedding, instead of waiting until you've had loads of drink? Just get yourself out of that comfort zone. It's only 3 minutes usually for a dance track. Nobody's going to force you to stay there if you don't want to. But it just gives you that little feeling of liberation and the sense of achievement that you have done something out of your comfort zone. So you can try any kind of amount of a little thing, you know, go to a different hairdresser, have a slightly different haircut, whatever it might be, and then work your way up to the big things once you have realised that getting out of your comfort zone actually isn't going to be a disaster for you. So, I have waffled on a bit, I'm sorry. I said it was going to be short because I wasn't feeling great, and I think I've gone the opposite way. I hope it made sense. So thank you for watching. Hopefully now that I'm back home, we will be seeing each other again each Tuesday. As always, I will post on the page the day before, and if you miss it live, you can catch it on this page, or it will get uploaded to the YouTube channel, which you can always access by going to the videos tab of my website, JackieWilliamson.com. So thanks for watching, and have a great week. Bye for now.